Hi, my name is Martin, and today I will show you how to use Navigator platform to manage projects. There is also another tutorial explaining how to use the system to manage simple tasks. So if you have a scenario that you don't need a complicated architecture of your project, that you don't need, let's say, time dependencies, extra analytics, you just need a form and a workflow for a simple task, I invite you to watch that other video. In this video, we will describe how to use the, let's say, parent-child architecture of a project, also how to use time dependencies, how to analyze your project in terms of, let's say, costs and hours spent working on that project. Okay, just to remind you, Navigator is an ECM class platform that allows to transform almost any kind of document, any kind of process to a paperless form. Thanks to the system of very broad functionalities of business intelligence and also artificial intelligence, you can easily collect, analyze, and also automate data flow across your company. Let's go to the system. Before I go to the specific application that's called projects and tasks, I will answer the question that you might be raising actually at this moment. Why should you use projects or tasks instead of documents for handling your case? Well, it would be easier for me if I go to the form of a task, this view here, and I will show you the three main differences between the document and a task. First is the tree that you see on the left hand side. You won't get this one, you won't get it in case of documents. This is not available for documents. So if you design a task on a basis of document, on this place here, on the left-hand side, you would get a preview of a document. So you obviously can collapse that preview, but to go to the next activity, next task, you would have to go back to the list and select another task and go to the edit mode again. I find it really convenient for me when I work with the projects to quickly jump from one task to another without going back to the list. So this is the most important feature, at least for me. The second feature that is different between the tasks and documents is the system fields. Look, you have this system field, let's for example, start date, duration, finish date. Also this control here that manages all the dependencies between the dates. Obviously you could design that on a document form, but you would have to, let's say, design that logic. What happens if, let's say, I enter a date here and number of days here? To get this response, well, to get this this automation that you see here, you would have to design it yourself. In case of tasks, you get it right straight away by dragging the field to the form. The system or the field knows how it should be calculated. So how it cooperates with other controls, with other system fields. So this is the second difference. The third difference is analytics that I will show at the end of this video. When you want to, let's say, analyze some of your KPIs in the structure of your project. So let's say you want to analyze costs, you want to analyze working hours, or you want to develop, let's say, resources for your project and analyze what resource is used at each stage. Okay, let's enter some tasks. I will go to the training node, and to add a task, I have two options. I may go to more and ask task below, or to add a subtask, or I can click it right on the tree. I prefer doing it this way. And I will enter 3 groups. Group A, okay, Group B, and Group C. Okay, I might have done a mistake, sorry. Group, okay. By double clicking, you go to the edit mode right on the tree. Okay, so I have 3 groups. Let's say for the first group, I want this activity to start not at certain dates, but I want it to start after, let's say, implementation of invoices workflow. So invoices, that would be my trigger activity, trigger task. Okay, look what happened. This start date is calculated automatically. I can also add, let's say, a delay, 5-day delay, and this delay is added to the end of this activity. Okay, let's say this activity would last for 2 days. This task duration is 2 days. I'll save that. Okay, look what I also have available. Exactly, this is organized pretty much the same as in case of documents. So I have different tabs. One of the tabs is workflow. So I have a workflow process designed. This case, I have task registering as a first step, then tasks acceptance, starting work, finishing work, and task confirmation. We will not go into deep into the process this time. We will just follow it the way it's designed. Okay, I need to assign a person for that task. So this time, let's say Angela Evans would be my responsible person. I submit that, and looking at the workflow, I see that this task is assigned and, well, is waiting actually for Angela's reaction. Okay, in case of task B, I will do it, the dates I will do a little differently. I will start it with Group A and end it also with Group A. So you see what happened. I have these fields here blocked, not editable. They are calculated exactly as the dates from activity or task A. Okay, this time I will assign, let's say, Tyler Oakley to that activity. When I submit, Tyler is waiting. Okay, we are waiting for Tyler's reaction. Okay, so this is the way you work with the tasks on the tree, on the project tree. Obviously, you have permissions. You can inherit permission from the parent task. So let's say I want that there's a group of people that can see this project, and all the subtasks or all the tasks by default get these permissions, but I can switch that off. So let's say there is a task that I want that I don't want the team, the project team, to see. I just want one person or two people to see that task or to see that note. So I can manage the permissions pretty much the same as I did with documents. I also have comments, so I can I can discuss with the team about the tasks. In case of this form, I don't have a field with attachments, but this is very easy to drag one. I can go to edit form. I won't do that. I will just show it to you how easy it is. And let's say I have these files, and I'll drag the files somewhere on the form that I want to have my attachments. And from this point, when if I saved it, that file section would be available for all the tasks. Okay, what next? There's also a nice feature called working time. It's available in HR application, but you can actually drag that to project and task if you want a project and task application. This is quite flexible. For working time, you just inform the company how your day looked like. And let's say I started my day at 8 o'clock, and for 8 hours I was having a tuition, or I was educating a group of people, and that group was group A. The last feature that is very specific for project management is analytics. For the case of this scenario, I have very simple analytics. Let's have a look. I have three dimensions, or three KPIs. First is revenue, second is cost, and the third is working hours. And I'll be using the working hours as an example. So I'll go to the working hours, and I will fill the planned, let's say, layer for that working hours. And for the created tasks, we will also provide information what is the, let's say, planned number of hours. And for group A is 8, for group B is 8, and also for group C would be 8. Okay. Now I'll go to the reports section, or reports application, and I have this report book here. But before I go to the report book, I will process the cube that is actually having my data of all the tasks. As you remember, there are two options, or at least two options for in Navigator to perform the reporting. First is you can report data straight away from the lists. However, the performance might be not at the level you might expect. So much better performance is with the cubes. And for the tasks, we have a dedicated, or the system offers a dedicated cube. And during this presentation, I'm going to show you the report based on that cube. So I already have this cube created, and look, I have this training node that I updated, and I have group A, group B, and the budget hours total that shows me what is the total number for the project, total number for the for each, let's say, stage of a project, and also for the tasks at the lowest level. As you see, I have a bunch of other fields available, other measures, actual costs, actual days, revenues, etc. I could also perform some analytics on the basis of resources if I wanted to develop a resource table for my tasks. Let's say resources like I have certain people working for me at this task, and they have certain prices for their working hour, and also maybe have some machinery available at every task. So I could also deliver or design that tab with resources on my task, and from that resources table, the data would be available also here in this cube to be analyzed. Okay, I think that's enough for today's tutorial. Thank you very much. I invite you to watch other videos, especially this one with the simple task scenario, simple task management, and also other videos covered by Navigator platform. Thank you very much. See you again.